You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm Charlie Touche. I got my co-host Kadeem Simmons with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Continuing to keep up with the 2022 free agency and all things Miami Dolphins. Connor Williams, 2 years, $14 million deal, $7.5 million guaranteed guard from the Dallas Cowboys. What you think about this, Kadeem?
I'm happy. We as in the Miami Dolphins, they needed center help. There's center help. They needed offensive line help. There's no two ways about it. I feel like they've gone about it in a way that I wouldn't have done, and I feel like that's kind of the way they've taken free agency as a whole. You know, if you said to Miami fans before free agency started, they'd bring in two Dallas Cowboys players on offense, you'd immediately think Lyle Collins and Amari Cooper. And they've gone Cedric Wilson Jr. and Connor Williams. Now listen, Connor Williams was the 11th ranked guard according to PFF. So he's someone who, let's be honest, anyone we sign in free agency on the offensive line was going to be better than at least four guys. If we're signing someone worse than Robert Hunt, we have massive issues. My issue would be it's not so much an issue. He primarily plays left guard, so you have to then assume that as of right now, is the plan Austin Jackson at left tackle, Liam Eichenberg at right tackle. Is that the end of Austin Jackson? We just don't know yet. But in terms of the Connor Williams signing, it's a good signing. Could have been better, but it's the help we needed. And, you know, let's see where we go from there.
You got another slide you want to pull up?
Only from our excellent friend Dolphins UK. Just kind of talking about his snaps and his experience, I guess. As Dolphins UK podcast says, 4 season, 3,510 snaps, 57 games of experience to protect the QB. Williams is still young and has predominantly lined up at left guard.
All right, let's bring it down a little bit. Let's bring the full screen back up. So he can play right guard. He's most likely a left guard, but this doesn't mean he's the starting left guard yet. And this doesn't mean we're out on left tackle. It doesn't mean we're out on Lyle Collins. What it means is we need depth on the O-line. You have to have backups. You have to pay your backups. You have to pay everyone. Jesse Davis was getting, what was it, $6 million a year, something like that?
I believe so, yeah.
So Connor Williams is coming in making 7.5. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's a starter, but what it does say is Terron Armstead is slowing down the market right now. It is reported that he wants to return to New Orleans, but he's waiting on the Deshaun Watson talks. So while we're waiting on Terron Armstead, we can't let things pass us up. We gotta keep this thing moving, because what if we miss out on everything, right? Cam Wolf believes that the Dolphins are waiting for Lyle Collins to be released. So it's like Chris Guerra said we was going to be aggressive. If we waiting for somebody to get released, that is a definite need in our where we at right now on our O-line. That's not aggressive enough for me. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting for Amari Cooper to get released. He didn't get released. You're waiting for Lyle Collins to get released. Who says he's going to get released? So I'm going to need a little bit more aggression Mr. Greer. I think we need to go get Lyle Collins. If it costs us a pick, I'm up for it. It's 10 years. It's 3 years, $10 million a piece. That's you can't, bro, for a starting right tackle, like you can't get better than that. So I'm trying to try to get Lyle Collins. Bringing in Connor Williams says you have flexibility on your line now. You can have him start left guard, have Liam Eichenberg start right tackle, put Austin Jackson back at left guard. Worst case scenario, still got Solomon Kinley as a backup. Or you have Liam Eichenberg at left tackle, Connor Williams, Austin Jackson, and Solomon Kinley fighting it out at left guard, Robert Hunt at right guard, and you still go get a right tackle. So it's a lot of things that could still be done. We won't know until basically the draft is here. But this is a piece that says, hey, if we miss somewhere else, we at least know what Connor Williams brings to the table. Center, the center for Cleveland just got released, or he's on his way to being released. JC Treader.
He's been released. He's tweeted his goodbyes. He's officially out of there.
So that's another variable in the equation. So you got something else you want to say, Kadeem?
Yeah, I think it's important to we talk about being a Dolphin, and we've made jokes in the past about having positive plays and then being called back for penalties. I think it's important to note that Connor Williams had 11 holding penalties last season, and I think he had 17 in total in terms of penalties. I think he was the most penalized player on the offensive line in the NFL last year, but still managed to finish 11th in terms of PFF grading. If you can clean up those penalties, then this might be an absolute steal. I think Twitter, like we said, Twitter isn't a real place. Judging from Cowboys Twitter, the more of those are losing Cedric Wilson than they are Connor Williams, and I believe he got benched last year as well. But at the same time, Williams only allowed 2 pressures on 127 pass block snaps. This was last year. He's it's a nice start, but this can't be the only move. We said previously the Dolphins needed at least 2 new starters on the offensive line, right tackle and center. And if we're being really, really generous, it would have just been 1. But the Dolphins still need to go and get a right tackle. Connor Williams, nice piece. Could have been better, but let's hope this isn't just the end of it.
Hey, I'm going to need all the Go Time Dolphin listeners and Dolphin fans to follow the money. Connor Williams is a 2-year deal. Chase Edmonds is a 2-year deal. Cedric Wilson is 3 years, I think. But you'll probably get out after 2. So follow the money. These are not long-term pieces. And if you followed us for the past 2 seasons, then this is more likely a Band-Aid piece and a bridge piece, where same thing with Shaq Lawson. He bridged in Jalen Phillips. Agba ended up working out long-term, and that's what's up. So keep the notifications turned on so you guys can find out all the new updates and free agency moves as they happen. Y'all stay positive. Test negative for Kadeem Simmons. I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.